Hello, my name is Garney Garipian, and this is my graphing calculator project for Professor Barkeshley's CS3A class. This is a demonstration of the project. The project is not complete, but this is the submitted version for the final. To start off this demonstration, I would like to draw the attention to the press H for help menu button, or icon right here, which basically just tells us if we press H, help screen pop-up will pop up, showing us all of the functions that we can use and all of the key presses that we can use in order to make this graphing calculator work. But since I've written this graphing calculator already, and I already know all the functionalities, I'll just explain it to you right now. To start, if we press the F button, you will notice that this bar appears. If we start typing in an equation, such as sine of x to start, it will appear in the bar, and once we press enter, it will be displayed on the graph. This equation is being shown from the domains -10 to +10, and the range +10 or -10 to +10 as well. In order to reduce these domain restrictions and range restrictions, we can zoom in by pressing the enter key. The enter key will reduce both the domain and the range in order to zoom into the graph and give us a closer look of what's really going on. The opposite of this effect would be the zoom out function by pressing the right shift key, which allows us to zoom all the way out and get a better glimpse of the graph, which works in the opposite way of the zoom in, and that the domain is increased by a factor. We can also pan left, right, up, and down. This allows us to view the graph from multiple angles and go all the way around, and by combining the panning and zooming in and out, we're able to explore the entirety of the graph. Now, I would like to draw attention to this function history tab. If you'll notice, the function that we just inputted, the sine of x, has been put to the bottom of the history tab. This implies that it was the most recent called function to the graph. If we click on any of the, all of these functions have been functions that have been placed in here in the past. And if we are to click on any of these functions, you'll notice that they will be displayed on the graph. This works for any of the functions in any position. You can click on any of them. And also, this history remains even when the window is closed, as I will show you right now. As you can see, now that I've returned, after reopening the tab, the function history still remains. Yay! It works. This shows how the graphing calculator saves the function history in a separate way, allowing for the user to be able to always come back and still have the same history between uses. To end this demonstration, I would like to show off some more complicated functions in order to really show the way this works. So one function I want to show is the tangent of 1 divided by the sine of x squared. As you can see, this is quite the jarbled mess, but it demonstrates a really interesting aspect of this graphing calculator, which is the fact that none of these lines are actually lines. These lines are created by carefully spaced dots, as you can see right here, that are overlapping one another, causing them to form linear and curved patterns. In cases where the range, or the y value for the equivalent x, becomes very steep in velocity, the dots start becoming more spread out. So that's what you're seeing. this is how the graph graphs every equation. And this was a good demonstration of that. I would like to also show the fact that the graph can also display multivariable equations, such as the log of 1 over x. This equation was made using two variables that resulted in one outcome, which is shown in the y. Or, well, not two variables, two inputs, two separate inputs that result in one outcome. The graphing calculator is able to incorporate infinite variable inputs, theoretically. So we are able to add as many different functions as we possibly can or want to desire. And that's it for this demonstration. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.